Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the July 17th, 2023 Crest City Council meeting to order. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and if I could ask if you please remain standing after the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The city of Crest lost a very well-respected resident. Mr. Ray Berard passed away on June 17th, 2023. Ray was 93 years old. He was a United States Army veteran, and he served in the Korean War. Him and his wife Norma lived in the city of Crest Hill for 60-plus years. They both served and volunteered on the Crest Hill Veterans and Police Memorial Committee for those 20 years and did an awful lot of work for what you see outside the council chambers. They recently, about 10 years ago, had to move closer, go farther west, because Ray was having some serious health issues and needed some treatments. So I'd like to offer our condolences to the Berard family. They were very influenced on both Cantigny Post 367 and also Post 1080. So we'd like to thank them for their volunteerism and for their service to the city of Crest Hill for many, many years, and we'd like to offer our condolences to Norma and her family on the loss of Ray Berard. I would ask for a moment of silence in his honor and memory. Thank you. Roll call, please, Chris.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Shea.
Here.
Earl Jefferson.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Mark Sepiti.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
And Joe Covello.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, I would ask for council's concurrence to deviate from the agenda items this evening. We do have two special guests in the audience. We have with us the mayor of the village of Shorewood, Mr. C.C. DeBold, and we also have with us Mr. Hugh O'Hara, executive director of the Will County Governmental League. And they are here to make a special presentation to the city of Crest Hill. So gentlemen, I would please ask that you come to the podium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for this opportunity to come and address your city council. As many of you are aware, Crest Hill is also one of the many 6 communities participating with the Grand Prairie Water Commission. As mayor of Village of Short, I was selected as the initial chair of the Grand Prairie Water Commission, and on behalf of the 6 communities participating in the Water Commission, we all joined together in the Mayor's Wyland Challenge regarding water conservation. In doing such, each community was asked to sign on to the Pledge of Water Conservation by using the mypledge.com, encouraging our residents to conserve water by using rain barrels, shower timers, restrictive use of watering grass, and just general water conservation practices. And by that, of the 6 communities, we rated everybody as a per capita basis. And with that, I am proud to award and present the award to City of Crest Hill for the initial Mayor's Wyland, the Wyland Challenge of the Mayors. On behalf of the Grand Prairie Water Commission, as the initial time we've been able to do this, I want to present this to the City of Crest Hill. Thank you.
The only thing that I would add is I don't know if everyone can understand how difficult it is for a mayor of another community to have to present an award that they were a part of the same challenge. So really congratulations to Mayor Solomon and the council and the wonderful job Crest Hill did in getting the residents to sign up for the challenge. So congrats, Mayor.
Thank you. It is with great pride that I accept this trophy, a traveling trophy, a friendly competition traveling trophy to the city of Crest Hill and all its residents. And this was something exciting for us, the first time that all 6 of us ever did anything like this. I will tell you that I watched the results come in online throughout the month, and we ended up in our own division throughout the entire nation in third place. And Laguna Beach, California was in first place, and we were in second place for 29 days in April. And on the last day, with 2 hours to go, Morton Grove, Illinois overtook us. And we ended up in third place. But the friendly competition that we had amongst the 6 communities, we did come out on top. So I say that this is a great challenge for next year, CC, for not only Shorewood, and Shorewood did come in second place. Crest Hill was first and Shorewood was second, so we give kudos to Shorewood on that.
Well, thank you. I gave full disclosure to my board that I was coming to the city of Crest Hill to present an award on behalf of this, so.
So on behalf of all of our residents, city council, everybody that voted, and I will tell you that a lot of people did vote, and as you all know, Caroline Lakes has a very large voting block, and, you know, this is something that we should all be very proud of. Hopefully, we can retain it for another few years. Thank you.
Thank you, you guys, for you guys giving us the moment to present it to you guys.
Yeah. Here, where do you guys want?
Well, we can go right, you got the logo in the back.
Please.
Photobomb.
What's that?
Photobomb.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you.
Thanks.
By the way, I was getting on social media. Can I say one thing to you, Mayor?
Yeah.
In the event that first place can't fulfill their duties, it's usually the runner-up who steps in.
No.
Just so you don't get so bad.
No, it's okay. Well, like I said, we're very appreciative of that. It's the fact that you've got, and I'm sure you guys are well informed of the city of Crest Hill, the village of Shorewood, the city of Joliet, the village of Romeoville, village of Manuka, and the village of Shanahan, all in a nice friendly competition for us. So, and the fact that everybody's working together in a water solution for the region for years to come. So, thank you.
CC, you want to get a picture of all of us with this right here?
Yeah, actually, I will. If you guys are okay with it, real quick, if you don't mind.
No, we don't.
Because I'm actually gonna send this to my city council. I did smile, I didn't have to say it.
See you guys, thank you.
Guys, have a good evening.
All right, going back to the agenda items. The first one on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the work session held on June 26, 2023. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Albert for the approval of the June 26, 2023 work session minutes. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
John Burchett?
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Mark Sepiti?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
And Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
You have before you for approval the minutes of the city council meeting held on July 3rd, 2023. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Jefferson, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for the approval of the minutes of the June 3rd, 2023 city council meeting. Questions or comments? Roll call.
July 3rd, right?
July 3rd, 2023. Roll call.
John Burchett?
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Mark Sepiti?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Joe Kubal?
Yes.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And you have before you the minutes of the work session held on July 10th, 2023. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
So moved, or second, but I want them to include the amended changes that were sent via email this afternoon.
All you
should
have to do is replace what you had in the packet.
Okay, just making sure it's in.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. All you take one out, put the other one, the
Okay.
new one in.
second. Yeah,
We have a
so-
motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Sepiti for the work session with amendments for July 10, 2023. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Darrell Jefferson?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
and John Burchett. Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, to our city attorney, Mike Stiff. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have one agenda item before you. This was discussed last week in the work session. By way of background, what we're looking for is a resolution, an approval of a resolution releasing the deed restriction for the property located at 1919 Cora Street in the city of Crest Hill. Back in 2019, the council passed an ordinance declaring that property as surplus, putting it out for bid. It was sold, and there was a deed restriction placed on the property that the old garage needed to be demolished and the new construction of a residence be built no later than August of 2020. Of course, we all know that COVID then hit. That delayed the construction when was it? Last year, you passed a resolution extending that deed restriction to June 1st of this year, and of course, as luck would have it, they didn't quite make that occupancy permit by June 1st, but they did get it, according to the building department, on June 29th. So this just clears up the title and prevents anybody from claiming that the deed restriction was not met. So you have the resolution before you, along with the deed restriction for the property. And we're looking for a vote to approve that resolution.
So move as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderperson Oberlin, for a resolution releasing the deed restriction for the property located at 1919 Cora Street in the city of Crest Hill. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries, resolution 1181.
In addition, I think I will be talking about the matters under community development, but other than that, that's all I have tonight. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of city attorney? All right, thanks, Mike. Moving on to Public Works Department. Our Public Works Assistant Director, Blaine Klein. Good evening, Blaine.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. First item tonight, the city of Crest Hill needs to designate staff to be the responsible owner in charge for water and wastewater. The attached MOU provides the outline for a monthly stipend to be issued for the licensed operators to fulfill those roles. I'd be recommending approval of the MOU between City of Crest Hill and Local 150.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal, for the approval to enter into the agreement with a memorandum of understanding between the city of Crest Hill and Local 150. Questions or comments?
Well, Blaine, I just want to thank you for your work on this. You did it so swiftly and so efficiently, and I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Burchett. Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
And Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Next item, at the work session last week, Chris Ulm was here from Strain Associates and presented the agreement for the design and bidding services for the Grand Prairie Water Commission delivery points, outlining the need to begin these services as we move forward on the future water supply change. I'd recommend you approve the agreement with Strain Associates for the design and bidding related services for the eastern and western receiving sites at the Grand Prairie Water Commission delivery points.
Motion will be in
So
order.
moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Albert, to approve an agreement with Strand and Associates for the design and bidding related services for both the eastern and western receiving sites at Grand Prairie Water Commission delivery points. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
That's all I have for tonight. Anyone has any
Okay.
questions?
Any questions, comments of Blaine? I do have one. I certainly want to thank Blaine for the swift action that brought the memorandum of understanding before us. I also want to thank the cooperation of the operating engineers from Local 150, both Brett Krogstad and Deanna DeStacio, for their quick response and their legal staff to turn this around very quickly. And also, I did contact John Kelly with his blessings also. Everybody worked together as a team and brought it here very quickly. So thanks to everybody involved in that. Okay, moving on to our city engineer, Ron Wiedemann. Good evening, Ron.
Good evening, Mayor. Just have two items tonight. The first was previously presented. I'm looking for an approval to approve a resolution for the intergovernmental agreement for the maintenance and the energy of traffic signals at the intersection of Weber Road, County Highway 88, and Ryan Drive in the County of Will.
Motion would be in order.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson, for a resolution approving intergovernmental agreement for the maintenance and energy of traffic signals at the intersection of Weber Road and Ryan Drive in the city of Crest Hill, County of Will. Questions or comments?
I just want to make a comment of what I said at the work session. If we own the light, why we can't move it, I just wanted that to state, and
We can, I have reached out. It would actually be between us and the county. Township would not be involved at all on this if we end up moving ahead. But county's position is that it's all our cost. So it's something that we'd want to do. That's something we could plan off into the future, get plans to design to move those. Because you'd have to still put underground in and some other
I
things work
understand.
on
I just wanted to
utilities.
reflect the minutes and state how I feel about it. Thank you.
Roll call.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 1182.
The next item I have on the agenda is looking for a motion to award the contract to Gallagher Asphalt Corporation in the amount of $354,545.22 for the Prairie Avenue and Boreal Drive resurfacing project. We went out and we solicited bids for this through IDOT's bulletin. We did receive 5 bids. It's in your packet. Is there any questions?
Second.
Who made the motion?
Scott.
Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Jefferson, to award the contract to Gallagher Asphalt Corporation in the amount of $354,545.22 for the Prairie Avenue and Boreal Drive resurfacing project. And all these items that we're going through now were discussed last Monday night, July 10th, at the work session. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
and Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Just one other quick item, Mayor. The last work session, we had a conversation about an easement from Caroline Lakes. I have gone out and laid out the location of the sign that's being proposed. There's actually an orange cone that gives you kind of a visual of what the center would be. We get about 150 feet viewing as you're approaching it from the west going east. Just if anybody wants to go out and take a look at it, before it's on the next agenda for approval, or if you want to meet me out there, we can talk about it.
Just a quick question for you. When this project's gonna start on Boreal?
The Boreal, probably, a minimum at least a month by the time we get contracts executed. So I'd say towards the end of August, early
August.
September.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ron. Community development. I will turn it over to our city attorney, Mike Stiff, in the absence of Maura Ragoni this evening. Mike?
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. First item under community development is one of 2 related items. The first is the approval of an ordinance granting a special use permit with respect to certain real property located within the corporate boundaries of Crest Hill. It says on their application of MIF Crest Hill Business Park. I've learned tonight that that's actually the name of the project. It's not an actual corporate or legal name. But this matter not only passed through unanimously the Plan Commission on June 21, 23, but there was also a prior work session, and then again, last week's work session, this was discussed. This is an identical project to what was proposed for last year, and that also went through Plan Commission and passed unanimously. It's on the property we have referred to as the Indec property. That's the owner. Midwest Industrial Funds is the contract purchaser of the property, pending approvals here tonight. They will be moving forward with this project. So the first item is the ordinance, which is in your packet, but I'd like to, given what I learned tonight, ask your approval of this ordinance with the replacement of Midwest Industrial Funds, Inc., wherever MIF Crest Hill Business Park shows up in the document. So it's just simply a name replacement. Other than that, the ordinance is, as presented, has been vetted with the applicant and Crest Hill staff. Again, this is for a 577,000 square foot speculative warehouse, subject to 10 conditions, one of which is a cost-sharing agreement, which is the next item. We have several representatives of the applicant here tonight. If there are any other questions from the council for me or for them, we are all here at your disposal.
Okay, are there any questions from council to our city attorney, Mike Stiff, first?
Do we know what the date that's going to be inserted in that yellow highlighted area is going to be? Or does that depend on when this goes through?
What highlighted area?
Exhibit A.
Oh, Exhibit A.
Number 10.
Oh, are you looking at the resolution or the cost-sharing agreement? Oh, that's the addition. I have nothing highlighted.
It's on number 10.
Answer this one.
Okay.
Maura, I think accidentally in the memo put in number 10, which is a draft comment, but if you go to the actual ordinance, it's stated in there correctly.
In the ordinance it is, correct.
Correct, yes, the ordinance is correct. It's in the draft memo that Maura compiled, it just got carried over, number 10. That's why you see the highlighted.
Okay, any other questions of Mike? All right, I'll turn it over to anybody from Midwest Industrial Funds cares to make any comments? You're good? Okay, is there anyone that, well, this is, I don't have to ask that question, I believe. Okay, so to the city council. You have before you an ordinance granting special use permit with respect to certain real property located within the corporate boundaries of City of Crest Hill, the application of MIF Crest Hill Business Park,
Which will be amended to Midwest Industrial Funds,
Inc., along with the 10 conditions that are on section 3, or on the last page of the ordinance. And you are in agreement with that, correct, from Midwest?
Correct. Yes, sir.
All 10 of them? Yes. Okay. Motion would be in order then from city council?
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Verche, seconded by Alderman Jefferson, to approve an ordinance granting special use permit with respect to certain real property located within the corporate boundaries of Crest Hill, the application of MIF Crest Hill, Inc. Business Park. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Rashay.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you. Ordinance 1957.
Okay, then, moving on to the next item, as we just discussed, condition number 10 in the ordinance is that Midwest Industrial Funds, so it's not number 10, it is, number 3 of the conditions, finalization, approval, and execution of the cost-sharing agreement between the applicant and the city. So you have a resolution that approves the cost-sharing agreement by and between the city of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Midwest Industrial Funds, Inc. That one is correct. There is no need for any changes to that resolution. Attached to that resolution as Exhibit A will be the cost-sharing agreement, which is also has the correct names and I believe is agreed to in its entirety by the applicant. The only thing that needs to get inserted into the resolution, if you look on page 1, the 2 blanks needs to have ordinance number 1957, which you just passed, inserted into the resolution. And with those changes, we would be looking for a motion and a second to approve this resolution approving the cost sharing agreement.
Okay,
So moved.
Second?
we have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal, to approve a resolution approving a cost-sharing agreement by and between the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Midwest Industrial Funds Incorporated. This would be for tap-on fees to be paid by Midwest shall be in the amount of $83,578.83. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Rashay.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes?
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 1183.
What was that resolution, what?
1183.
Thank you.
Mayor, do you have just 1 second?
Absolutely. Welcome to the City of Crest Hill.
Thank you. We really appreciate your support of this project. We look forward to working with Crest Hill and building a beautiful building and putting some great tenants in there and moving forward with hopefully the future roadway. Now there's the dollars to draw the plans up for and make a win-win out of this project.
Thank you.
Anything, Pat?
No, I think you nailed it once again.
All right, well, welcome to the City of Crest Hill. You know, this was some good relationship that has been formed. The quality of your work that we have seen throughout the 100-plus that you have built is amazing, so we're expecting nothing less.
Thank
So
you.
we look forward to
We
it.
won't let you down.
Thank you.
It'll be crooked.
What's that?
That's just Steve talking.
All right, thank
Welcome.
you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to our police department. Our police chief, Ed Clark. Good evening, Ed.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have any items on the agenda this evening, but I'd be willing to entertain any questions.
Any questions of police chief?
No, I don't wanna put you on the spot, but can you announce something about all these doorbells that's happening lately?
Yeah, we've been having some reports in Harbor Glen subdivision and
In Remington?
Remington subdivisions of ding-dong ditchers, as they call them. They've been at all hours of the evening. All the indications right now is kids. We're trying to identify where they're coming from, but they are frightening residents, and, the police department's aware of it. They are providing extra patrol, and hopefully this activity will subside before somebody gets hurt. And that's my fear, but I'm hopeful that we can resolve this, and maybe whoever's doing it can find other more constructive measures in their life. So we are on it, we are working on it, and we will be in the area.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the police, going at night and checking on that, but it's funny, it happened to
Yes.
me twice, so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Mayor's report, I do not have any agenda items. I certainly want to thank Mayor C.C. DeBold from the Village of Shorewood and you, O'Hara, from the Will County Governmental League for coming and making the presentation to the City of Crest Hill. They took some time out of their busy schedules, I'm sure, so it was greatly appreciated. With that, I'll try to answer any questions anyone may have. Hearing none, we'll move on to our City Clerk's report. Christine Verche Hall.
Thank you so much. We just realized that the packet is not reflecting the memo for tonight, what I'm requesting. Since last meeting, we changed the special events permit fee. I'm just asking to reimburse the 2 businesses their $5 fee back.
Why does have to come to the council?
It's an expenditure of money because we're expending it back out now to them.
Okay.
There were only 2 prior,
Yes.
going back to January 1st?
So I'll just need council's
But we're
approval.
not changing an ordinance or anything, we're just
Well, you changed it.
Actually, all you did
We
was
suspended.
suspend it.
Yeah.
suspended, okay.
Yeah. So right now, I'd like to just go ahead and reimburse those two.
So the vote is to
Reimburse.
reimburse, okay. I just wanna make sure
We
I'm with-
suspended it after those events, though, so I would just assume, let it be.
Let it be.
We suspended it after those events. So going forward, we've suspended it, not, 2 months ago or whatever.
It's your decision, but I just don't think it's right that they had to pay, and as of right now, nobody else needs to. But council, your decision.
I'll make a motion,
For what?
pay them back the $5 they had,
Is there a
defeated,
second?
they charged them.
I'll second it.
A motion by Alderman Verche, seconded by Alderman Jefferson, to reimburse A.B. Gusto's Bar and Grill and Patties $5 each on their permit fee for the recent special event. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Claudia Gazal,
No.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Abstain.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you. The only other thing I have is just the announcement of our community-wide garage sale. That will be Thursday, August 17th through Sunday, August 20th. Maps and lists will be available online and at the City Hall on August 16th. There is a permit fee of $5 that is available at the clerk's office Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And that's all I have to report tonight.
Any questions of the city clerk? All right, thanks, Chris. City Treasurer's report. Our Treasurer, Glenn Conklin.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. First item on my section here is going to be a request for your consideration regarding the, excuse me, let me get back to where I started here. Sorry about that. To approve a resolution amending Section 4, hours of work and overtime, and Section 9.2, city vehicles, equipment, and facilities of the City of Crest Hill Employees Handbook. There are red line copies in your packet, and I seek your approval.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderperson Oberlin, to approve a resolution amending Section 9.2 for city vehicles and work and overtime of the City of Crest Hill Employee Handbook. Questions or comments?
I just
Actually,
have
it's
one
Section 4,
com-
hours of work and overtime, in Section 9.2.
Okay, my fault. Section 4 of work and overtime hours, and Section 9.2 for city vehicles, equipment, and facilities. Questions or comments?
I just have one question, maybe clarification, but in the actual resolution, the second paragraph, it says the handbook is administered and periodically reviewed by the city's employee relations manager under the direction of the city treasurer. I was under the impression that when that person's working as the relations manager, she's under the direction of the city administrator. And when she or he is acting as assistant director of finance is under the direction of the city treasurer. Can somebody clarify that for me?
Is there a suggestion how you'd like to see that phrased, Nate?
Well, because it defines the employee relations manager, that should be under the city administrator.
Well, I think they're referring to the whole thing as a whole, are they not?
I didn't write it.
So there's a motion on the table. Are you suggesting a amendment to be considered, Nate?
I guess I'm just looking for some legal clarification there, Mike. I don't know if it,
I'm trying to get the handbook up on my screen, and it's not working.
well, it's the actual resolution. It's
Would you like
page-
a copy? I have a hard copy.
Do you have the whole handbook, where it talks about when it's reviewed? I know there's a section on,
I have, I can give you my packet.
So currently, the employee relations reports to the,
That would be Chris.
currently that individual in that position reports to the treasurer's office by ordinance. So that would be correct, the way that that is phrased in there, by the way it's set up now, so you'd have to revise that.
Again, I thought that when that person's acting as the employee relations manager, they're acting under the city administrator. If they're acting as the deputy, or the,
That's not the case,
okay, very good.
by your ordinance.
Thank you.
So moved as presented.
Second?
We had the motion
Oh.
already.
I already motioned.
It was by Scott Dyke and second by Tina Oberlin.
Oh,
Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
No.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
and John Rashay.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 1184.
Thank you all. The next is I seek your approval on our list of bills through July 18th of 2023. The list is in your packet, and the amount total for that time frame is $927,609.10.
So moved as presented.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Verche for the approval of the list of bills. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Rashay.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
and Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Last item doesn't require a vote, it's just informational, but our regular and overtime payroll from June 19th, 2023 through July 2nd of 2023 totaled $256,687.01. That's all I have in terms of reporting, and I'll take some questions, but I would, we received a resignation in the department late this afternoon. I'd like council's consideration for a brief executive session this evening under 201 or 20
Personnel?
personnel.
2C1.
2C1?
Should be brief, just want to give you some updates on what's
So moved as
what's
presented.
happening in the details.
Second.
Just your consideration for,
Not right now.
Oh,
and we can get to that at the end of that. So unless there's any questions, that's all I have for this evening.
Questions of the treasurer? All right, thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.
Unfinished business, we have nothing on the agenda. Anyone? New business? Committee liaison reports, anybody? City council comments, positive city council comments, anything you'd like to share with your constituents? Anybody like to go first? We'll begin with Ward 1, Alderman Dyke.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to wish you a belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
Nothing other than that.
Alderman Verche?
Nothing at this time.
Alderman Jefferson?
Yes, belated happy birthday, Mr. Mayor, and no, and, nothing else.
Alderwoman Gazal?
happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I want to announce that this coming Wednesday, we'll be holding the Meet at the Park. I want to thank the police department and Public Works, Blaine, for all the work that you guys put into this. So let's meet at the park at the Renaissance Crossing, which is located at Zauza Drive. This coming Wednesday, July 19 at 6 p.m., we'll have Touch a Truck, hot dogs, and a lot of goodies and hands out from the Public Works and the Police Department. Thank you, Mayor.
Alderperson Oberlin?
Well, I want to thank Blaine and everybody in that department for all their work on the voting for ways to conserve water in Crest Hill. I want to thank all the residents who took the time to participate in that. I want to thank Claudia. I know she was very, very active posting that on social media to get people involved, and I think that helped greatly with the winning. So thank you, Claudia,
Thank
for
you,
doing
Tina.
that.
I am on that committee of, that
What?
Mr.
Yeah, well,
Seifert
there you-
put me,
good
so I,
job.
yeah, a
Good
lot of
job.
residents helped us, so.
But thanks to everybody who participated. It's always a good thing when we can conserve anything.
Alderman Sapiti?
Happy belated birthday, Mayor. You look great for 75.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
Just kidding. In all
Close one.
seriousness, happy belated birthday. That's all I had this time.
Alderman Albert?
Yeah, Mayor, just like to announce the Lions Luau is quickly approaching over at St. Joe's Park on Sunday, September 3rd. We are running from 12 PM to 10 PM. It's the day before Labor Day, so come on out and have a good time. That's it.
And Alderman Kubal?
Nothing to add at this time, Mayor.
Okay, public comment. Anyone like to address city council, please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Let the record show that no one has approached the podium. There is a need for an executive session for 2C1. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Overland, second by Alderman Sapiti for executive session. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, we'll be going into executive session at 7:41 PM.